Hey. So after the absolute sweep that is Expedition 33 at the Game Awards, winning every possible award they could, and everybody been talking about it like it's the second coming of Jesus Christ, I just couldn't help but wonder, could it really be that good? So I did any logical man would do. I bought the game, and I finished it. Now I can confidently say, it's not that good. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the game is bad. The game is amazing actually. It's just not a 10 out of 10 good. Let's look at the game through each award it won. Best Art Direction. Duh. Best Score and Music. Now I'm gonna be pissed if it didn't win this one. Just listen to this. Best Performance. Bro, I have 450 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, I couldn't hear anything but Shadowheart, but still congrats to Jennifer English. I do have a nitpick though. Since they do their voice acting and motion capture with different actors, most of the time I just feel like their voices and their bodies just don't match, especially for Nune. Like she is so expressive with her body, but her voice is so monotone. The next few awards are kinda the same, cause if you are the best game of the year while being an RPG, there's no reason why you wouldn't win best RPG. Game of the year. Out of all these games, I've only played Silk Song, so I can't really say for the others. But you gotta admit, Expedition 33 is the only game that is so widely spread and commonly praised. Like if you wanna get information on Kingdom Come, you gotta actively search for it. But some random asshole YouTuber is just gonna show up on your front page and tell you to suck this game's cock. Also, Death Stranding, Kingdom Come, and Silk Song, they're all sequels, so they're automatically not that interesting. Best Indie Game and Best Debut Indie Game. Some people may argue that this game is not indie and it should not win Best Indie Game. I don't give a shit. Now, we get to our spaghetti and meatball, and they are spicy. Best Game Direction and Best Narrative. Boy, I got something to say. Best Game Direction. Everybody's been saying this game revolutionized turn-based combat. Well, all they did is add a fucking QTE and some parrying. Are these changes good? Yeah, they're good. They made turn-based combat no longer just RNG bullshit and actually introduce a skill level to this. But you don't have to glaze it that hard. And when parrying is involved, you gotta have well-telegraphed attack. And this is where I have a major complaint. I'm sorry I have to use some clips from other people's playthrough, I'm sure I'll credit them. I didn't record my own gameplay, I'm not some YouTuber, okay? Look at this dude. Renoir. An old man in a full three-piece suit with a cane as his weapon. Is he gonna swing his cane and hit you? No. What the fuck is that? Another issue. The game is cinematic and that's great, I like the spectacle. But when the camera is focused on the cinematic bullshit that's happening, you can't see the fucking attack. Worst part of it is, every time you lose inevitably, cause it's a parrying game, you gotta learn through trial and error. You just gotta see through all this bullshit again. And it's getting more infuriating every time. The next one is mostly a me problem, I'm ranting anyway. I'm playing an expert, cause I'm a gamer, and I picked up a lot of pixel just to increase your damage when you are low on health. And I was like, yeah, more damage of course. I just have to be good, get good, and not get hit. It went fine most of the time, but then I reached the Paintress. She has a tons of health and a tons of bullshit cinematic attack that I can't fucking see. And my build is just not doing its thing. It feels like I'm constantly being cucked by the game to not do more damage, because there's a 9,999 damage cap. I did beat her though, through a few hours of pain, but I did have to change my build to a more defensive one, and that feels like I'm being told by the game to play the game how it should be played, and I don't like that. And then we get to Act 3, where we got the Painter's Power Pictos. Finally, the damage cap is no more. I can finally experience my build as it should be. But I don't get to experience the game no more, cause I just fucking skipped it. Now every enemy just dies in one hit. I'm glad they let the player get super overpowered and one-shot the enemy, even the bosses. But it's just not that fun. Best Narrative. People online has been going absolute cinema over this game's plot, but I just can't get into it. The only character I care about is Gustav, and he fucking died at the end of Act 1. And when I finally start to care about the other characters near the end of Act 2, we got the big reveal. They're all fake people. I summarized this plot as ChatGPT son and Grok AI daughter. So basically, this world is fake, it is painted. There's a bunch of people in the real world known as the painters, which has the power to paint entire new alternate dimensions. So they are basically gods. Verso in the real world died trying to save Alicia, Miles' real world's counterpart, from a fire, and the only part of his soul is left in this painting he painted while he was a kid. So their mother, Eileen, created a fucking ChatGPT Verso in this painting and just stay in the painting all day. The real world Renault, who is her husband, is also in the painting trying to get her out. Alicia, seeing this, thinking it's her fault that her mother is drowning in sorrow every day and tearing this family apart, also gets in the painting and try to help her father. Except she made an oopsie and actually got reincarnated in this painted world and lived for 16 years with no memories of her real life, making her attached to all these fake people. She's literally a Grok AI daughter who is too parasocial to knock off. And the huge reason why she doesn't want to lock off is because she's burnt in real life and lost her voice. You're telling me these people with literally godlike power to create entire new universe with living and breathing people inside them couldn't heal some fucking burning wounds? What? If you chose the ending where Miles trapped Verso's soul in this eternal hell and makes him play piano like a fucking damn fiddle, log off right now! So that's all I gotta say about the game. The game is good, but it's not that good. You can stop glazing it. If you think I'm rage baiting, I absolutely am. Nobody's gonna watch this video anyway. I'm glad you found a game that you love. Just let me hate it in peace.